welcome back to my channel. And as you can tell from the apron that I'm wearing, I'm going to be doing another cooking video for you. Now this recipe I did get from another YouTube creator, and her channel's name is Vonda C. And it's called a dump cake. Now I do have a recipe on my channel where I made a dump cake. And if you would like to see that particular video, if you'd like to go and watch that one, it's called Kitchen Time Apple Dump Cake. And the reason I'm making this one, she does hers a little bit differently than I did mine, and it looked like it would be very delicious. It's a simple recipe. I like to do the very simple recipes, and I love for them to be delicious. So that's what I'm going to be doing for you tonight. It's called Pineapple Dump Cake. So let me set the camera down over here, and I will show the ingredients, and I will get started making this wonderful, delicious cake for you. Okay, I think you can see everything now. And to make this cake, you use a 13 by 9 inch pan, and I don't think you even have to grease it because of the way it's made. It's a dump cake, and when you make dump cakes, you can actually take a spoon and dig them out. So the ingredients that you're going to need for it: perfectly moist pineapple cake mix. Now most cake mix on the dump cakes use the yellow cake mix or white. That's why this one was so interesting to me. She actually used the Pineapple Supreme, and I thought that was a very interesting idea. And then you need 2 cans of crushed pineapple. Now I have 2 cans of pineapple, but I only have one that's crushed and one that's in chunks. So I'm just going to go with it. It'll have chunks in it. And then you need a can of maraschino cherries. Is that how you pronounce it? On the regular dump cakes, you use a can of cherry pie filling. So this was another thing that she did differently in hers. And then she said it was optional, but you could add coconut. So I'm going to try it with coconut. Now, I've never put coconut in any of my dump cakes before, so I'm excited to see how this turns out. And I'm putting in 1.5 cups. She didn't really say how much because it's optional. You could probably put 2 cups in and it would be okay, or 1 cup if you don't like a lot. Then you need 1.5 sticks of margarine or butter, and you slice it up into little chunks like this. So let me get the pan and I'll bring it over here and I'll start putting the cake together. Now the first thing that you want to do is dump in your pineapples. There's a little bit left in there. See if I can get it all out. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the juice in this, even though it's not crushed. I think it'll still work out pretty good. Then you spread that around in your pan. Try to get some of the chunks evenly distributed, since I'm having chunks and crushed. Then the next thing you're going to put in there is your cherries. And I'm also going to leave the juice in the cherries too. I hope that doesn't ruin it. Like I said, I've never made one like this before. This is a first for me. And then just kind of mess your cherries around too. Just stir the whole thing up, I guess. Mix it all up. It smells really good right now with the cherries in there. The smell of the cherry juice is what's making it smell so good. And after you get this all blended together, you can add your coconuts. And I'm going to just sprinkle them on like this, and that way if it looks like it's going to be too much, I can stop and not use the whole entire 1.5 cups. I was just kind of guesstimating because I like coconut, so I don't think I'll put, too much in there, even if I put 2 cups in there, because I really do like the coconut. Then you put your dried cake mix on top of this. At this point, you don't stir. You just leave everything like it is. You can stir the cherries and the pineapples, but don't stir the coconut into it. And then you take your dry cake mix and you spread it evenly across the top. Again, you don't stir, but you can smooth it a little bit, you know, to make sure you're covering all your corners. And then the last thing you're going to put on there is your slices of butter. And you just lay them down randomly, trying to cover the whole cake. Once you get your butter pads on, it should look like this. And then you're ready to bake it. You put it in a 350-degree oven, preheated, and you cook it for 30 to 40 minutes. You'll have to check it to see, you know, how much time it's taken to cook it. So let me put the cake in the oven, and I will be back to visit with you, YouTube time, in 35 minutes. See you then. And as you can see, the cake is done. The dump cake is done. I'm having troubles with my camera. And I have already taken out a bowl of it to let it cool so that I could sample it for you. So let me do this. I'm trying to get it to a section where there's not a glare on the camera. That was very good. Very pineapple-y. I like that a lot. So thank you guys for coming back and visiting with me. Be sure and leave me a thumbs up if you like it. Any comments down below if you have any questions. And y'all come back and see me any old time. Bye for now.